Welcome to the Extraordinary Culture Podcast. Podcast for the culture that is music, movies, sports, food, and beer. The Extraordinary Culture.
It's like a reunion.
Almost.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like the Friends reunion?
Like the Friends reunion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still here for you.
I'm Phoebe. Can I be Phoebe?
You can be Phoebe.
Okay.
Was it even
Smelly
good?
cat.
Did you guys even watch it?
No, I keep meaning
No,
to.
I watched
and
it,
I haven't done it yet.
I watched it. There were parts that were really good, parts that were okay.
What was it? Like, just they sat down and talked about it? Or?
It was a little bit of everything. The opening scene was they came in and the set is still all together. They recreated the set basically.
Okay.
And
Which is a couch, okay.
among other places.
In an
Okay.
apartment,
But
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
they
Is that
did
where
both
it's at?
apartments. They did, the Central Perk. They had all that. So they're kind of walking in there. There's scenes where they're reminiscing in those. They did some table reads. They played the trivia game about who knows each other better,
Oh, like they did on the show?
like they did on the
Yeah.
show. They did a couple of special guests. Like one of the trivia questions was which person was the hand twin.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they had to
yeah.
guess who the hand twin is, and Mr. Heckles came out, and
How long was it?
it was about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Then there was another part that was recorded with James Corden in an audience. And that was the part where they answered questions. They had a fashion show. They did some silly stuff there.
Oh.
And the joke going around is, why wasn't Paul Rudd there? But Phoebe got attacked by like an ant or a fly while they were recording. They're like, well, there he was.
That's funny.
It's worth a watch. If you have HBO Max, it's definitely worth a watch to kind of see it and get a chuckle. It's fun.
I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't sat down and actually do it.
But man, we had some fun with that on the podcast Instagram with the this is the one we got, but this is the one we want, and having that Operation Ivy shot.
Yes, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. They came close. I think Jesse Michaels performed with Rancid one time. They did a couple of Operation Ivy songs. That's the closest we'll ever get to an Operation Ivy reunion. To just like, we can't do it just because what Operation Ivy was, it was like playing in tiny clubs and small places. My wife's cousin actually saw Operation Ivy. He goes, yeah, I saw him in a club in South Central LA. Like,
Was it you got a garage, a hall, or an amp play anytime?
yeah. So like for them to do it, like they would have to do. I mean, you'd be doing like small arenas almost.
You'd have to do like punk rock bowling.
Yeah, they'd have to do something like that or festivals, and that just wasn't what Operation Ivy
like
was.
Riot Fest or something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I can respect that, But before we get into like this question, let's open up this beer. So this is from Black Plague Brewing, and it's Tony Hawk's Birdhouse IPA. So it's from Tony Hawk. I saw this one, and I also saw some beers from paying tribute to Kobe Bryant. I said, yeah, that's not official. Fuck that shit. I'm going to get the Tony Hawk one.
Yeah, what's her name just got mad at that? Was it Vanessa? Yeah, she just got mad at that. She saw some shoes or something that were for was it Gigi?
Gigi, yeah.
For Gigi that were unofficial. She got all pissed. And we did too. Remember we talked about that. We talked about don't buy the bootleg shit
Yeah.
because it's like it's not going anywhere.
Oh, but they're going to.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't have to be a part of it. I mean, I wasn't part of it to begin with, but like,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Takes a little.
Yeah, I kept on waiting for when that happened, an official Kobe Bryant tribute shirt. I haven't seen one yet, so I'll just wear my jersey. I got
So
an
it's an
8 and 24.
IPA, huh?
Yeah, this is an IPA, and it's 30 IBUs,
And
it's
that means?
that means bitterness unit. So it's on the bitter side, but it's not. I mean, this isn't overpoweringly bitter.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that bold. Normally with IPAs, I'm really not a fan. This one doesn't taste bad.
It's what they'd call a session IPA, something that's designed to drink a little bit more of, as opposed to one and done.
Gotcha. You can tell my lack of beer knowledge.
But it tastes a little more West Coasty to me than New England. It's not as hazy.
Yeah, that's another thing I was looking for. I said I'm burnt out on the hazy IPA, so I said let's get something more of a West Coast style. And Tony Hawk is from a place over in near San Diego where Tony Hawk is from Calabasas or lives in Calabasas. Kind of is from the area. It's San Diego beer where San Diego was like beer haven 10 years ago when I started getting into the beer scene.
Still kind of is, isn't it? There's
It's
a lot of
there
breweries
still
in San
it
Diego.
still is, but like you have a lot of shit, like, especially with the East Coast hazy IPAs, starting getting over there, and it's just beer is just popping up all over. I mean, like Anaheim has quite a few breweries in Orange County.
Yeah, they do.
Los Angeles, who hardly had any's got a few. There's one not too far from where I'm going to be, in Highland Park, called I forget the name of it. So,
there's a mile stretch on the Placentia Anaheim border. If you go
Yeah.
down La Palma, you can hit 4 breweries in like a mile. Some of them are
Yeah.
good, some are so-so.
and then like you see it a lot more, like smaller liquor stores are carrying a lot more great good stuff, and like even Stater Brothers is carrying like a decent amount of craft beer. Like I always like check them out. They always have Stone, except they don't have the specialty Stones.
Mm-hmm.
No, they just have the
what's
they'll have
always there.
Ruination or like
The
those
Tropical
Arrogant Bastard.
Arrogant
yeah.
Bastard. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because I was looking for the Enjoy by 4th of July, but then I saw like Tangerine and Pineapple.
I don't have that.
I'm like, I'm not gonna go there.
No, they'll have like Belching Beaver every once in a while too. I think I just saw the breakfast out in there the other day. No, that's not too bad. It's not the best either. Like where we live, there's a local haven.
Yeah,
There's several havens around us for craft beer that
Mhm.
are much better selections than Stater Brothers. But yeah, if you're looking for something quick, Stater Brothers is fine.
You know who has a decent selection too, honestly, is the grocery outlets.
There's one in
Really?
Norco, right?
There's one in Norco. There's one over by me off of Madison. You can get some decent stuff. They have their Brewery X is the one they collaborate with a lot. The one I've seen over by me. That's another San Diego brewery. They do some decent stuff. But I got a 6-pack of some Mexican beer. Mexican brewery, $2.99.
Oh,
Oh, I saw you post
So
that.
I'm like, this is either going to be worth my money or worth my money.
It's like that. It's like that $3, like $2 Chuck.
yeah.
Stuff,
Yeah.
man.
It
How
was-
people
it
have
wasn't
has an
bad.
audience.
It wasn't bad. It was I shared it with my neighbors, and they both said it kind of reminded them almost of like an Oktoberfest from Sam Adams.
All right.
And I get that. It's got kind of a little bit of that.
Okay.
It's a little bit strong for a lager, but it's not bad. It was worth my $3, definitely.
Well, it's always nice when you can find beer. How many? 6-pack
6-pack,
for $3.
it's 50 cents a beer.
Ain't no wrong
A
with that.
6-pack for $3.
Yep.
That's a freaking gutter punk's dream, dude.
There you go.
So let's get back. Reunions we want to see, like TV. What TV shows would you want to see a reunion of?
Gilligan's Island, but they're all dead.
Zombie Gilligan Island.
Yeah.
What is that? Not Day of the Dead. What's it? Fear of Gilligan's Island.
Fear the island.
I think Ginger's the only one left now, right?
She's Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she is. I think she is.
Dawn Wells
No,
passed?
no, no. They're all gone.
I thought
No,
yeah.
Ginger
Dawn
is
Wells
still up.
passed.
Dawn Wells passed not that long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ginger's the only one left because I just looked her up today for some reason.
Okay.
Tina Louise.
Yeah. That's weird because I thought I'm gonna look that up. I believe you, but it just gets
yeah.
in my head that like
Futurama reunion.
like if she is like I'm how old is she? How old was she compared to Dawn Wells?
How about a Goonies reunion?
I would love a Goonies reunion.
That would be awesome.
They did a DVD comment or the Blu-ray commentary.
Oh,
They
right.
got together and that was the first time they had been in the same room together, and they were all just talking shit on whatchamacallit, Sean Astin, because he done real well, and they gave what's his name, James Brolin. Is it James?
Yeah,
Brolin?
James
Yeah,
Brolin.
James Brolin. They gave him shit for
For doing well.
yeah. I'm like, dude, it's not his fault. They just lucked out.
Martha
Yeah.
Plimpton's done pretty good for herself as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how much younger than Dawn Wells was than Tina Louise. 5 years. There's a 5-year difference. So now I know what I was thinking. Dawn Wells was the only one that's still associated with it because Tina Louise wants nothing to do with it. That's what it is. Like
Yeah.
she gave up on that shit a long time ago. So that's fine.
Understandably.
Yeah.
The TV show reunion I've always thought about was, do you remember The Streets of San Francisco with Carl Malden and Michael Douglas?
Remember when it came on? I changed the
Yeah.
channel.
Okay. So,
To answer your question, no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I remember
we know
the graphic, but
of
then
it,
like I was
yeah.
like, yeah, no.
so I remember always thinking that would be a perfect reunion show. You could just have Carl Malden. You don't have to. You could write him out saying he's dead, but you switch the roles where Michael Douglas is the older beat cop and have a young guy coming up on. Would have been a perfect show. They could have marketed it, and they never did it. Now Michael Douglas is like 80 years old, but he still looks younger than Carl Malden.
Man, 25, 20, 27 years into it, I would like to see what happened to the cast of Days of Confused.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But a Richard Linklater style movie again now. You know, that type of thing. A reunion. Honestly, a reunion would be
a
hilarious.
class reunion.
To see them actually go to a class reunion and be like, "What the fuck are we doing here? What happened?"
So you could have like that would actually be cool because you'd have like a reunion like in the year around the year 2000. Like that's when they would be like the 25th reunion.
Yeah.
Class of 2000. Yeah, that would have been cool.
76. Yeah, but after that, you get them every night. So you can do a 40-year 2016.
Yeah.
You know, I did read that book. I read that book on the oral history. So that's got my brain on it. It was really good. It's a fantastic book. Who else? Anybody else?
George Lopez.
Yeah, it counts to George Lopez.
Uh-huh. They've actually, through quarantine, they all joined TikTok. And George Lopez is big on TikTok. Like, people do impressions of him and stuff like that. So they all got together and did like a quarantine version of the intro, what they look like now. So they're all still, friends and stuff like that. So that would be interesting to kind of see. It's been a number of
Sounds
years.
about right.
Wow.
Has it been like almost 15 years now?
Yeah, something like that. It's been a while. So it hit syndication. So it did its 5 years, 100 episodes over that stuff. So it's in syndication. We've been watching it again, actually recently. Been recording them, and we'll spend an hour after dinner or whatever watching George. And it's funny, dude. It's funny. I mean, it's his comedy. It's his specific style of comedy, but I think they could do a reunion, and I think it would be just as funny. That's the only one I think. Other than that, I'm like, yeah.
MASH.
Yeah.
Again, The Walking Dead.
There aren't many left in MASH
No,
either.
there's not.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda,
Who's 80-something years old.
Yeah.
He's old, too.
Jamie Farr, right?
Jamie
He's still alive.
Farr.
Isn't Hot Lips is still alive?
Hot Lips is still alive. I
Yeah.
mean, they've had like little small cast reunions,
Mike
but not
Farrell.
but not in character.
No, I don't think he's
Yeah, he's still alive.
Trapper's dead.
father.
Father
thought Mulcahy
Mulcahy just
passed.
passed away, but no, Mike Farrell, BJ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think he's still alive. There's still a few of them around. Radar, he's still alive too.
Well, there was thing a couple years ago that they were asking about the Facts of Life reunion. They asked,
Nah,
they asked Nancy McKeon to do it. She's all no.
no, she'll not do it.
She goes no, but goes I'll direct if they come together dealing with the death of Joe. I'm like,
I remember hearing about that.
which
Yeah.
I thought was like she said like I don't want a part of it, but like if you do it like this, yeah, I'll come back and
That's
direct.
pretty cool.
What about bands we want to see get reunited?
I already threw the one out there. The only one I wanted to see, like that, I know that. Well, no one thought that was going to happen, but we already saw him.
Who?
The Misfits. That's the only one I wanted to see.
Mm.
I wouldn't mind seeing Slapstick one more time.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
That'll. No, that actually has happened.
It's happened
They have
as
the
late as
Asian Man.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could still be done again.
I think all the
Yeah,
bands.
okay, hold on. Well, you threw out Op Ivy, and I know Minor Threat's going to get mentioned here, but that's never going to happen either.
I'm fighting the urge.
I just saw, and I don't know how much you guys were into him, but I really liked him. Link 80.
They're reuniting.
They have reunited, but the original
I know
singer,
the original singer.
yeah,
committed
Nick, he
suicide.
died.
Mhm.
No, yeah, he OD'd.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
listened to, and I've been listening to this podcast.
Gotcha.
But so he talked to the guitarist from Link 80, and there's some stuff that I pieced together that was kind of weird. I was like, oh shit, I kind of remember this. So Link 80, got kind of they were all teenagers, like
Yeah.
14 to 17-year-old
Yeah.
teenagers. They're all young, okay. And yes, Nick Traina was the son of Danielle Steele, the romance novel lady. He was bipolar. He had drug issues and that kind of stuff. Okay, I never actually got to see Link 80.
Oh,
Link 80
really?
Link 80 was also the first band on Asian Man Records
Oh,
because
wow.
Mike Park had left Skank and Pickle, and then he started Asian Man, and that was the first band. He went it to him, and he wanted to put out a single, and they convinced him, we don't want to put out a single, like put out an album. We put out a couple singles, once you put out an album. They talked him into that. Okay, so they get on Asian Man, start doing the touring and stuff. On one tour, they canceled the tour like halfway through, and it was because Nick had a bunch of problems. Okay, I was supposed to see Link 80. I was supposed to see Link 80 with MU330, and I can't remember who else. Somebody else on Dill, kind of Asian Man,
That transition.
and they didn't play. And I happened to be upstairs at the merch booth, and they just got announced Link 80 is not going to play. And somebody asked, "Hey man, what happened to Link 80?" And the drummer from MU330 just kind of looked at him, and he smacked his arm because Nick Traina had a heroin problem. Okay, it just dawned on me the tour they were talking about
was that tour?
was that tour. I was supposed to see them on that tour that they canceled halfway through because Nick had a bunch of problems. And then the band got into it, and they all just went their separate way and went home. They got back together again after that.
The Blue Meanies,
But that's who it was. It was the MU330 and the Blue Meanies.
We were all there.
Yeah.
All of us were there.
That.
That was the one Nick
I don't
Cady was
remember
supposed to
being there.
play, and they didn't play because
I never saw the Blue
Yeah,
Meanies.
that was the reason why. Because the band got into it, he had his problems, and they all said, "Fuck it, I'm going home," and they all did. They all took off and went home. They left the tour.
Wow.
That was it. I was putting that. He was talking about it. And I was like, wait a minute, the timeline fits.
I was
Oh
gonna
shit,
say,
that was a
wait,
tour.
were we supposed to see?
We're supposed to see him. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll listen to Link 80 on like,
I listened to it the other day
YouTube
because
music,
he was talking to the guy. They're talking about that, and they had a comedian on who said he grew up he did some years in Corona, and like, well, did you ever see Voodoo Glow Skulls? And I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, yeah, I've seen Voodoo. I've seen it plenty of times.
Too many times to count.
And we'll talk about them in a little while, actually.
Yeah.
So we will do that. You were gonna say something about a
Yeah.
band?
All the bands like I would want to see get reunited are dead. So
Clash.
the Clash,
The
the
Ramones.
Ramones.
The Ramones, yeah.
Yeah, we were close. We were so close. That what was it? The 25th anniversary with the Misfits? Because that's what Jerry was telling us in the parking lot. Supposed to be the Ramones on that tour too.
Yeah,
Damn, we were close.
Yeah, 2002.
And I think
That would've
they
been the
could've-
time
So
Joey
close.
died.
and I think when we went to the Inland Invasion when they had the punk rock one,
Uh,
I think they probably would have got the Clash together.
Hmm.
Because that was one of the last shows that the Clash played was the Oz Festival.
Sometimes just the money doesn't do it for these bands.
It's
The
not worth
Smiths.
it.
So, well, the Smiths. But I'll
Yeah.
give you another one who you wouldn't think of, but I actually talked to the dude, is My Chemical Romance. They're doing it now, but at the last Warped Tour, I ran into, actually, I was talking to Tazy.
Mhm.
I was talking to Tazy, and I had finished talking to Tazy, and he had said, Kevin Lyman had walked by, and he called Kevin Lyman over, and he said, "Hey, Kevin, this is Dan and his daughter." So I was talking to
Yeah.
Kevin Lyman, right? And she had on a My Chemical Romance shirt, and he straight told her, "You know what? I tried to get them back together, and they just didn't want to do it at the time. Like, if there's anybody that can get a band back together like that,
It'd be him.
it's Kevin
Oh,
Lyman.
yeah.
Yeah, he'd have a big influence on that because they're known, not in our day, but after our day, as a Warped Tour band.
Mhm.
So that was pretty interesting. But they're doing it now, and I've been put off for 2 years to see them. I bought tickets in, good God,
18?
2019.
19?
Yeah, almost 2 years ago I've had tickets.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's true.
They got put off, and then put off, and then next year, October next year. So we'll do it.
October 2022.
Yeah. It was supposed to be October 2020, and they said can't do it. They said next year. We got to this year here in 2021, and then I don't think we're in a spot where we can bring that many people in a place yet because it's supposed to be at the Forum.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna put it off again until 2022.
Okay, do you think that if you were in a band, we'll just band whatever, band A, and you had the opportunity to reunite, and you kind of were just like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. And then a
Guns N'
pandemic
Roses did
hits. Well, but then a pandemic hits, and now you got to put it off, and then we're still not ready to do it. Do you think going into that tour that you're still going to be of the same mindset that you were 2 years ago?
I think there's enough money on the table that the answer is yes.
Yeah,
I think there's enough money on the table. Okay, so I don't know. You want to just get into music now because we're kind of
sure. Yeah.
in that
Why not?
segue. So actually today, and Rick, you posted something about this, but tickets went on sale this week for a lot of different shit. Like, music is coming back.
Yeah,
full swing.
hands
If
down.
you haven't paid attention, music is coming back full swing. So today I did get tickets to Rise Against.
Oh, I
and
did
the
too.
Descendants and the Menzingers. I got tickets to that.
I did too. That's my freaking dream lineup.
I got tickets to that Voodoo show
At the Glass House?
at the Glass House. Like, I come across this stuff, and it was before you even posted it.
Yeah.
Like, I already had tickets already by the time you had sent it to us, and then by the time you had posted that, I had already had tickets. too.
I did too.
Yeah.
That's why I posted it.
So
I
that,
did.
but then Guns N' Roses went on sale today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Coachella went on
Yeah, I
sale
saw
today.
Coachella, yeah.
Like, a ton of shit is going on sale, dude. Like, it's a wet dream right now for freaking tickets. It totally is. But
And
you
the
gotta
thing is-
you gotta have the money because
Yeah.
it's all.
that Rise Against, they went on sale like 3 weeks ago.
Did they really?
Yeah, and I passed up on the pre-sale because I'm like, it's Rise Against. I'm like, I don't want to spend $60, $70 a ticket for Rise Against. I've already done that. I saw him on the Ghost Note Symphonies tour, which was totally worth it for the $60, $70 a ticket. And then today, Menzingers and Descendants both said, hey, we're support for this tour. I'm like, oh fuck, now I got to get tickets.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to talk more music or just the concert stuff. Take a
let's
break
go
and we'll
through
come
it
back
real
to
quick.
stuff.
Through it.
Okay.
You guys hear about the Linda Lindas?
That was honestly one of the most fun songs I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Just good old fashioned Riot Girl style punk.
Yeah, I heard a lot of like Bikini Kill. I heard not the Donnas, Electrocutes, more Electrocutes, which was like the Donnas' previous band. They had like two other bands called Raggedy Andy and Electrocutes, but Electrocutes actually recorded a full length album. I heard that kind of stuff. Minor Threat influences.
The count off totally like, to be cheesy here, Sex Bomb from Scott Pilgrim. But it was fun, and you know, I think we've mentioned it that one of the dads is employed by Epitaph, but they got signed,
Yeah.
and that's really cool. I don't care, you know, who you are, you have to have talent to get signed.
Yeah. And there's potential in there. I mean, it went viral, and they're like, "Oh, wait up, you have your dad works? Yeah, we'll sign you." I mean,
Yeah.
So there has to be that stuff. They were on Jimmy Kimmel too. I think this week they were, because I just read about it in the LA Times, and I think I linked the LA Times one, and they were saying like, you know, this has gone viral. This is the first time we had been on national TV, which is funny because Dan and I saw the first appearance of Social Distortion on national TV, and they had been around for like 30 something years. So, so. And they did it viral. It's like, yeah, we just did this. Like, my phone's blowing up in history class. And I was like, what's going on? He goes, your song's like a crazy hit. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Kimmel told him, was like, hey, I know you guys are a punk rock band. Don't destroy the set. So, I mean, good for them. Good for, you know, anybody, young kids, we have to encourage them to, like, use their talents and their resources.
Right.
I mentioned the Dons earlier. They were a high school band that they toured forever. As, you know, they toured. They were to Japan as kids, because they're still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their second album was called American Teenage Dream, or American Teenage whatever.
Rock and Roll Machine.
Rock and Roll Machine, yeah. They were encouraged, like, people goes, hey, just keep up the good work, keep it up. You guys are doing a great job, and we need to encourage younger kids to do this, because we've done our age. We can't do a band. And if we even did a band, we couldn't go on tour right now.
To have the level of talent as teenagers to be able to do something like that, you're just going to get better.
Yeah.
You're gonna, you know, hone your craft. You're gonna be better at your instruments. You're gonna build and grow on that, and you may be able to squeak out a successful career as a musician. You may not be a hit. You may not be that viral wonder forever, but you can make a career as a musician and be comfortable.
So, good on them.
And if that's what they want to do, good for them. And if it's just a hobby and they have some fun for a few years, cool. I pre-ordered the Descendants album, which is really cool because it's the original lineup. What happened is when they first released an EP before they had a vocalist, they released an EP called Ride the Wild. Mm-hmm. And then after that, they started writing material for a full length. Milo ended up joining the band, and they scrapped everything they had and started from scratch, and that album became Milo Goes to College.
Okay.
So everything that they've had before that, 43 years old at this point.
Just never had vocals.
Never had vocals. It now has vocals.
Yeah, Milo put vocals on it.
Milo put a vocal track on top of it. So you're talking about the original Descendants lineup, original Descendants material from like 1978, 79 with new vocals.
Wow.
That's what's coming out in July.
Wow.
So you can go on to wherever you listen to music, and they have a couple of singles already out. And it totally sounds like that little more surfer style Descendants.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, from like the Milo Go to College era.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
But it's got
golden there.
Modern Milo vocals.
Wow.
Interesting.
So it's different because modern Milo vocals are a little bit different than, you know, if you've listened to his EP Rebuke or Suffrage, the more recent stuff, even the Hypercaphium.
Yeah.
It's got that style of vocal to it.
We're just listening to that album today at the shop.
Yeah, it's got that style of vocal with it, but with that old lyric.
Yeah.
Or the old music, I'm sorry. Really fucking good. I'm excited for it. Super excited for it.
That's when all this stuff was written by, like, Frank Navetta.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, who had a really unique style as far as that. And was the bassist name Ray?
Was it Ray? Yeah.
Yeah, Ray. The guy who was like twice our age.
Yeah. The guy who was like, I got this fucking job. I can't fucking
Ray?
go on
Tony.
tour and shit,
Huh?
man.
Tony Lombardo.
Tony Lombardo.
Yeah. Ray was the next one. Yeah.
He's like, I can't go on fucking tour, man. I just fucking bought a house.
The funny thing is, I went record shopping in, oh God, what city was it? Fullerton area. And do you remember Burger Records? We've talked about Burger Records on this list. Well, Burger Records had a storefront.
Yeah,
somebody bought the storefront, and it's now called White Rabbit Records.
Mm-hmm.
So we happened to be in the area. We stopped by, and we were looking around. I guess that's Anaheim then. Happened to be walking around there and stuff and like that, and I ended up talking to the owner. Like, he just started talking to me, befriending me. I didn't even buy it. I bought like Herman's Hermits.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. No, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, because it was Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I bought that and a Bob Marley album. And I don't remember what shirt I was wearing, but he started talking to me and he's like, oh, did you see the Descendants was coming out with this album and this and that? I go, yeah. He goes, I was able to pre-order it. And he's like, oh, you're lucky, man. Because they sold out right away.
Yeah, the first pressing sold out.
That first pressing sold out right away.
I didn't get one.
So he's sitting there and he's telling me, he goes, actually, I'm buddies with Tony, and he was talking to me about this and this and that. He goes, he still plays every now and then, this and that. I'm like, dude, he's got to be like 60.
Tony Lombardo's like 7 years old, dude. He's as old as our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when
did you watch Filmage?
I did at the shop. So
so you kind of did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was in and out. I did get the point where they had the bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was older than twice.
He's good 20 years older.
Yeah.
He is our parents' age. He is mine and Rick. He's our parents' age.
Yeah, he was about 30 when they were doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody else was like 15, 16.
If he's 30 in the 80s, dude, he's 70 now.
Yeah.
Jesus. So
that's why I said like I have just bought a house.
Yeah, no, he was an adult. He was like was he a mail carrier? Or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the
like
Descendants that are going to play at Punk Rock Bowling.
It'll be the actual Descendants.
It's actual Descendants.
It'll be
the Rise Against tour will be the actual.
It'll be the modern
Okay,
lineup.
so there's no tour with this.
No.
Well, Frank Novetta's dead.
Gotcha.
And then Tony, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him if he could work it out. Tony make an appearance. I think he would like to do that.
He still lives in Orange County. He may come to Irvine and do some stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean,
maybe like a song.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then he even did stuff with All later on. Like there's a whole All album.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, there is. That was all album.
It's called Tony All.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
It's Tony and the rest of All.
Oh shit.
Doing an album.
They're still friends. He's just
Yeah.
he's in a different place in his life because he's 20 years older than those guys.
Yeah, he's like the Ramones age, or Johnny Rotten's.
And then the other two left in the lineup were, of course, Milo and Bill.
Yeah.
So it's always been the Descendants have always been a rotating door of a bassist and a guitarist until Stefan and
Stefan and Carl kind of stabilized it.
Go back to that. Rise Against just released their album as we record this today. Did you give it a listen?
I haven't listened to it yet.
It's actually it's pretty good.
New Rise Against album.
Yeah.
You know, I played it at work. I just played it like I was playing a bunch of just random stuff, and I was like, oh, New Rise Against. Hit play. It sounded good.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Rise Against that I was gonna say. There's an acoustic song on there which I think is just gonna be standard from now on. It kind of was anyway for Rise Against.
Yeah,
they have a lot of acoustic songs, but ever since the Ghost Note Symphonies, that whole album, which they did really well.
Oh, even going back to like Swing Life Away.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, there's gonna be an acoustic song that's on there, but the rest of the album, the thing about Rise Against, and I know we've said this about a lot of bands, is you kind of know Rise Against is one of those bands too. You know what to expect.
Right.
But the difference with Rise Against is that those songs that are on that album, you will know them later. They will become anthems later. That's always what happens with Rise Against. I feel like the album comes out, you're like, this is a good album. Here's the single. The single right now is No Our Generation, which is a really good song.
Yeah.
And then there's some other songs on there that as I was listening to it, I was like, dude, come this show in August, I will know all of these words and a bunch of these songs. Half these songs will be anthems.
Oh yeah.
Like for their live audience. That's what it's going to be. It's like that. Is it good? Yes. It's better than the Offspring album.
Yeah.
It's better than the Offspring album.
Good.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those ones like, I don't even know the name of the song Board of Education, but like I know the song. It's gonna be like that. Like you just know it. You're just gonna go. You're just like, I just know the song because
that's the
I know
way
it.
Any Rise Against song is. How many Rise Against titles do you know?
Well, I don't know. I don't know AFI titles either. But like, that's what it's. And we'll talk about
how many years and we still don't know it.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna happen. But no, it is. You listen to it and you're like, this is a good album. I guarantee you, in a couple of months, when I listen to this, I'm just gonna these words. They'll just go into my head and I'll know them.
But it's like, do you? The song is called Xavier, and it never says the word Savior. Right?
No, no, it never does. Or well, Make It Stop. But September's Children, actually, is the name of the song.
Yeah.
But they call it Make It Stop. So that's a good album. the Voodoo album. Dude, I really like the Voodoo album.
I liked it a lot too.
I
listened on the way
really
here.
like the Voodoo album.
I like Karen and I like Film Daddy 11.
Yeah, all of them are good. We have seen them with Dan and I have seen them with
Ephraim.
With
Now, that's our
Ephraim.
first album with him, correct?
This is the
Yes.
first album with Ephraim.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Good for him.
it's
busy right now, man.
between that
Yeah.
and Manic Hispanic and other
Death
shit.
by
he's
Stereo,
Death
and
by
everything,
Stereo.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good album, dude. It just is. It's the frantic pace you'd expect from him. It's almost a little bit of a throwback to some
Yeah.
of the earlier.
That's exactly what I
stuff.
thought.
Because the stuff that was on Victory and all that, when Frank was in the band, it's okay, but I didn't care for it as much. But this is a throwback to the Firme days, the not Steady as She Goes. What's the one after that? Baile de los Locos and all those earlier kind of albums. I thought, man, this is actually really good. I found myself listening to that one when it came out over and over. It was just
Yeah, we've listened to it quite a few times at the shop. Even
Yeah.
like one of the barbers is like, who is this? And I was like, it's Voodoo Glow Skulls. And then I'm like, whoa, no way. I didn't really. Different lead singer.
yeah.
Yeah.
The music, you hear Voodoo in the music.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
100%
you
hear
definitely
Voodoo
do.
in the music, but you're like, yeah, Ephraim can pull this off. Like, it's a different vocalist, and it's like, I don't want to make the Van Halen comparison because I don't like Van Halen with either singer, but
All
like,
three.
yeah,
All three.
oh yeah, all three. I don't like any of them.
Sharon.
But no, that's a really good album. And
Listen,
I'm
no, it's
gonna
good.
see them.
They've also released 2 other albums. They reissued 2 others. They released the Potty Training Years, which is their first like collection of singles and like something so they released.
Mhm.
That wasn't big, and they re-released Who Is This Is, which is like my favorite album by them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to get the Potty Training Years one because I do have Potty Training Years. I think a copy of it from back in the day because they had it out. They actually released it on CD back in the day, and I do have a burnt copy of it, and I have it digitally. The sound quality is shit. It's really bad. It's a home recording
Yeah.
kind of thing, and you can tell. So to hear this one to be remastered, I do want to get that. I've
Yeah.
actually been thinking about taking a trip out to Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and that was what I was gonna say. They'll be both been released on Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And that Who's This Is vinyl is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, like
People can't keep that
he
shit
can't
in.
keep that in the store. Like he's all like, I got like 2 left, first come first serve.
Mhm.
And Doctor Strange does a lot of work, and like just for like something to like sell out like that's just been reissued, that he probably has like the majority of them is just nuts.
Right.
I bet you if I go to Amoeba, they could find a bunch of them because they're not as big. I mean, people
In
are
Los
going.
Angeles.
Yeah, more people are going to Doctor Strange than are going to Amoeba. looking
Inland
for it.
Empire.
Yeah.
I'll be the unpopular opinion though. I liked the Bruce Lee Band EP.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
more,
about that.
more than I like the Voodoo Glow Skulls album. And I said that's my unpopular opinion.
I haven't
haven't
heard
listened to it yet.
Who's the backing band? These days with
It's
Lucida?
5 songs. It's
Uh-huh.
11 minutes.
Shit.
It is Jeff Rosenstock, who I hear nothing but good things about. And I
Yeah.
don't know why I've never listened to him.
I mean, either, but I know the name.
And Dan Posthast from MU330
Yeah.
are the 2 big ones that are his backing band now. So they've done about 5 or 6 releases over the years, starting back with Less Than Jake being the backing band, and they've moved on to this, and that seems to be the more consistent lineup now is Jeff Rosenstock joined in like 2016 or something like that, and then Dan Posthast, however you pronounce his name, from MU330
I think it's Podhast, but okay.
Podcast.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think I put an S in there just
Yeah,
for
I
the
think you
reason.
did, but that's okay.
It's fun. It's got some of that classic like Skank and Pickle style. The first song is very, very traditional ska, a little closer to two-tone. You transition in. It's got the second track is a little bit more of the wild Skank and Pickle style. One of the tracks is Jeff Rosenstock singing in Korean.
Oh, really?
So it was a lot of fun. It's just I got the EP, I got the vinyl on that one. It is a lot of fun to listen to.
Mike Park he's fun to follow on TikTok.
I don't follow him on TikTok. I follow him on Instagram.
You should follow him on TikTok. Does he post the same stuff? Because on TikTok, what he'll do is he'll go through his customer service emails.
Oh no, he doesn't do
Oh
that.
man, oh dude, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny to see like this guy here posted, "Hey, where's my stuff?" Didn't give me an address, so I was able to look it up, by his name. I found it. I sent him the tracking number. It's gone all over the place. Like I can't control that, with the mail. But then he asked me for a refund. I didn't do anything wrong. And that's the entire TikTok. And then he always does the the Korean heart, the Korean where you go like this. You take your thumb and you move it across your
to make like the valves of the heart.
To make the valves of the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. So he kept doing that in videos, right? And I started watching. I started following Asian Man on TikTok, and I just threw out in there like, Mike, what is that thing you do with your thumb, with your finger in your thumb? He answered me, like he told me, oh, it's a Korean heart. It's this Korean. It's very popular in Korea. Is that it's a heart shape. So I was like, but yeah, at the end of every video, no matter what he does, he goes, and he makes the heart. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's his demeanor too. Just like, I'm doing this, and he has a deep voice.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny, dude.
So Rick, it's called the Bruce Lee Band again, not the B Lee Band.
Yes, it's called the Bruce Lee Band.
Yeah,
again.
because I remember there was a lawsuit about it.
So it's what is it called? It's called Division in the Heartland. Is a new EP, and
it's available on YouTube Music.
Yeah, I have the Bruce Lee Band CD, the first one before they got before the.
I
DVD
remember
before it
band.
became Billy Band.
That is on YouTube Music as well. I just added to the shop mix, played in the shop.
And it's funny because Mike Park is probably in his 50s now.
Yeah, you gotta assume those guys are probably about 10 years older than us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're it's getting better, man. He ages like a fine wine.
Well, he's always been very active.
That he has.
Weezer.
Have you listened to the Weezer album yet?
No.
You're the
No.
Weezer fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a trip because the Weezer album is produced by like a 20-something Asian girl.
Oh.
Totally, it was like a marriage, though, like the perfect marriage of Weezer and producer. Because she loves big rock, she loves the guitars, she loves all that. There's so many ripped off riffs in the Weezer album, and it's done on purpose.
Uh-huh.
It's done to be, here are these classic riffs you've heard. One song completely starts like Crazy Train. But lyrically, it could be like a companion or something like that to Yellow Submarine.
Okay.
So he talks about the octopus being his friend, and it's nice. He gives him 8 salutes and this and that. I'm at home in this blue dream. He's talking about it. And I'm like, this could totally be a companion track to Yellow Submarine.
So like psychedelic lyrics, you want to say?
A little bit, but it's big, and it's kind of that. It's Rivers always talked about how he loved Gene Simmons, how he loved the big rock, how he loved You Always Wanted to Be Kiss. This is that album where you see that a little bit more, where he's taking those riffs and he's doing that. There's so many catchy songs. The singles. Hero is a great single. Then they did what is the other one? The End of the Game. Oh my gosh, it's the album that I didn't think I would like, but I love it. And with the Hella Mega Tour coming up, and that's what I think that's what it's all about. It's like you're coming out with Green Day, you're coming out with Fall Out Boy, you're coming out with this big stadium arena tour. This is their stadium arena rock album.
All right.
Listen Stadium Arcadium.
Go listen to it. Listen to it. At first, the first couple of times I listened to it, I go, it's okay, but it's kind of campy. And by about the third or fourth time, I'm like, this rocks. It's so stupid, so fun.
Hey, talk to me about the Crew. So I haven't listened to that.
I haven't listened to the
okay,
song
but I have
yet.
a reason. I have a reason.
What's your reason? I have a reason too.
The reason is because I get pissed off when it's going to be a single, something big like that, and they say, oh, we got a 7-inch. And then you see that it's for charity, and they sold out. Why the fuck do you do that?
Now you can't listen to it.
What's that?
Now you can't listen to it. Now you don't have access to it.
No, I do.
It's on YouTube.
It's on
YouTube. We can find it. But I don't like that. Like, why didn't just keep selling them? If I want to buy one, why wouldn't you want to make more money for that charity?
Yeah,
that's a problem that I have. I understand.
Makes sense.
I understand a limited thing.
Yeah,
I understand a limited thing from a perspective of, okay, we're just going to do this one thing. It's kind of not when it's for charity. I really don't understand that.
Who's fronting this?
It's actually Fletcher.
I'm sure he's got the money to keep adding more orders.
It's not about the money.
He does, but the like you said, it's a charity thing. It's going to the nonprofit Muzak.
Well, to your point though, Fletcher's got the money to add to the charity.
Dude, it'll pay for itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
so
going to
keep
sell
it
enough
going.
to pay
why,
for itself. Why would you stop
Why
that?
would you stop?
It could be something where you just like all the proceeds will go to charity.
There's
and you
more
could
proceeds that want to go to those charities.
They'll just keep on selling indefinitely. Or you could do like a finite like thing
Keep
for
it
like
going.
a year.
Well,
Keep
okay,
supporting the
so
charity.
I don't even believe, and I see what you're saying too, but like, let's take, okay, so today is the 25th anniversary of Good Riddance's album,
Just
Comprehensive
listening
Guide
to
to
that
Modern
today.
Rebellion. Okay, on the back of that, 20% of the shit goes to whatever. It says that on the
Yeah.
fucking album. Why couldn't you do that? First pressing sold out. Okay, hey, next pressing. Hey, you know what? We have to pay for these, so we're gonna give 20% of everything's gonna still continue to go to that charity, just so at least we can
Yeah.
Yeah.
continue the manufacturing of this, so at least it pays for itself. Why couldn't you do that? Because you're still making more money. And I don't want to hear shit about NFTs. Like nothing. Fuck that.
I thought we were just gonna do one.
Nah, Tim Armstrong is doing them.
Is he?
He's doing NFTs with his artwork.
That's fair. He's already doing the artwork. Why not just call it?
No,
NFT?
and I understand that, but like that's not you don't raise money for a charity like that when it could be something that's and I get that the artwork is one finite piece. Here it is. I created this. Here it is. It's tangible. There you go.
Yeah.
With a record, you could keep
You
producing
keep
that.
producing
Yeah,
it.
it's not like he
You do it
Photocopy.
in
Fletcher didn't go in there and fucking glue stick the 7 inches
And
together.
here's the thing: if you, I mean,
Maybe he
you
did.
could do
Fletcher.
limited. You could do limited like with color pressings
Yeah, that's fine.
and swirl pressings and all
But
that.
the black
Yeah,
pressing should
yeah.
just be like, there's a shit ton of them.
and 20% goes to charity.
Yeah. So I don't get that. So I don't even listen to it. Is it any good?
I haven't listened to it either. I'm sure it probably is.
You know my opinion about Pennywise.
Okay.
I like they're okay,
Yeah.
but it's the same song to me over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like that one song's okay, but that's like literally their entire catalog.
Did you listen to All or Nothing? Is it
It's
All or Nothing? Is that the-
Pennywise with
the one
Tim
with Zoli?
Armstrong lyrics.
It
Oh,
is
yeah, that's-
exactly
yeah. But he-
Pennywise with Tim Armstrong lyrics.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Fair
okay.
enough. Okay, so it's like All or
Alright,
Nothing.
okay.
Yeah, with,
Those were Zoli lyrics. Yeah, okay.
with Mike Muir popping in every now and then. You know,
I'm sure it's delightful.
And
it's cool.
All or Nothing is a very different Pennywise album.
It's
It's
one of my
good.
favorite ones.
It's good, but yeah, it's definitely Zoli one.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it doesn't have Jim Lindbergh, but it's got Zoli, and I'm.
but Jim
perfectly fine
Lindbergh's
with
in,
that.
in the crew.
Is he really?
Yes, he
Oh
is.
shit! So he even pops in there too. It's all of them. It's Pennywise and Tim Armstrong and old boy from Suicidal. Is it Suicidal?
Mike Muir.
Yeah.
And Matt Freeman.
Oh yeah, and Matt Freeman.
It's friggin'
I mean, I do want to listen to. I just
I do
haven't
too.
yet.
I haven't done it because I kind of pissed that I can't buy a 7-inch. I got pissed at that. I got pissed at that, and this isn't the first time I've been pissed at something like that. I got pissed at something called Ska Against Racism.
No, I take
I
that
remember
back.
Ska Against
Jim
Racism.
Lindbergh is not in it.
No,
it's,
he's-
it's
I
the
don't-
drummer. It's the drummer.
It's
that's in it.
Byron McMacken.
Yeah.
I got pissed at there's a compilation vinyl called Ska Against Racism.
Yes.
And there was a
Right,
bunch of
right.
different ska bands that were, again, the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like, sells out right away. Why don't you press more? Press more. People would buy it. Again, even if you go, well, we're only give 20% because manufacturing costs. Okay, cover the manufacturing costs and then give the profits to this
To the
charity.
charity, yeah.
You don't have to take profits. People already got their cut, or they donated the track and just proved to them, hey, we're just doing this. Here's an updated. But it could, I don't know.
Should it be
Maybe
like
it's a contractual thing.
Hey,
Who
so
knows?
you want them to do like the Long Beach Dub All Stars? We're only going to do like a few shows for Brad's kid, and then no more, and then like fuck
and
it,
then
we made a lot of
become
money.
band. Yeah.
we made a fucking lot of money. Let's do it.
Speaking of that shit, did you know that Travis Barker's putting together a remixed version of the self-titled Sublime album because it turns 25 this year.
Why
Huh.
though?
Because it's Travis Barker, can he do whatever he wants?
Yeah.
That's what it's going to happen. So it's going to have fucking Machine Gun I don't know this for a fact, but it's going to have Machine Gun Kelly doing something.
And Willow
'cause-
Smith.
Yeah, and Willow Smith. Yeah, and what's her fucking name? Some chick just did.
Which Kardashian is he dating?
I don't know if he actually is anymore. Did you see his new tweet?
No, I haven't.
I think it was Chloe.
Was it Ariana Grande who did a Sublime track?
He just
I don't
tweeted
remember.
something not too
No,
long
let me
ago.
Demi Lovato. That's who it was.
I don't even like Sublime, so I don't know.
Let me see. Let me go back and try to find this real quick.
Sublime was never been while he's doing that. Sublime was the other band I never got to see. I never got to see Sublime, and when you ask what the same shit, it was the same shit.
And I am slapping my veins.
He's slapping his vein. That's why. But I have heard people that have actually seen Sublime that I'm sorry if any of you are so quote unquote bros, you're going to be disappointed. They sucked live because they were always so drunk or so high that all they would want to be is fucking Fish and an extended jam session. You didn't get to hear shit because they did what they wanted to do because they were so fucking drunk or high.
So like going to them was like going to see the Bad Brains and they did all reggae set.
Yeah, it's like you
Disappointed.
didn't come for that. You'd be disappointed. Yeah. And to be fair, they didn't hit that album. Didn't the album come out after he died?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was already dead when that album came out. So you would not have gotten to see the Sublime that you think you were going to see. Because, yeah, I remember I heard that a bunch of times. I think even somebody online who had seen him had said something like that. Like, dude, that dude had a lot of problems. Like, their shit on record, really good. Their shit live, mm-mm.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll get back to some other shit. So now you fuckers got Hulu, right?
I do.
Yeah.
So have you guys watched
do.
Sasquatch?
I have not.
Dude,
Mhm.
so I saw this and I like all that paranormal stuff. So I'm like, all right, let's check this out. Sasquatch. And so like the first thing I'm watching goes, yeah, I was up in Northern California in Mendocino County, man. And like these 3 dudes come in, goes like, dude, 3 pot growers got killed by like a Bigfoot. And I'm like, what?
All right. I like where this is going already.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, I start watching it and it just talks about like, you know, they're like all these old hippies and shit that were fucking, you know, growing pot like in the, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And like how they became like, they were hippies, but they're like carrying guns, and like how like became very like organized crime-ish, like, like very territorial, like, hey, you get off my fucking lawn, like, you're on like to grow pot, like you're on this dirt road with a lot gate, and then there's forest, and another lot gate, forest, another lot gate, and then you finally find a pot farm. And this goes in this whole thing, like, goes, yeah, there's Bigfoots up there, but like, we started spreading this rumor of like Bigfoot killing people, so that, we didn't have people fucking with our fucking pot. Very fucking interesting. You guys haven't seen it, but it basically goes in like, yeah, Bigfoot's not real, and goes, man is a monster himself. Man is this monster that, more worse than anything we could ever think of.
Sure.
Is man. And the guy who wrote on it, he was on Joe Rogan not too long ago, but he also did a lot of the writing for the Night Stalker one that was on Netflix recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you ever check it out, it's on Netflix too, called Operation Odessa, about these guys who are trying to buy nuclear subs from the Soviet Union when it fell. He also does one on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like he wrote on that one, and he's also he's gone undercover for the White Power movement, like where he was like reporting on this stuff for the Southern Poverty Law Center, stuff like that. And he's even done it recently, and he said like when he would go undercover with that, they said like, well, how do you know that I wasn't right? He's all, because you didn't have any tattoos. So he had to get a tattoo, and he said like when he got it, it was something that white supremacists would have, but it wasn't solely white supremacists having it. Now it's more solely white supremacists having it. And he's even gone recently, like in the 2 or 3 years ago, and he said like, I was protesting and I have all these black guys chasing me, and goes, wait a minute, give me 30 seconds and I'll show who the fuck I am. And then if you don't like me, you can kick my ass. And so like, so I had this black fraternity protecting me, getting me to the hotel safely, because I was being chased by all these people who saw me protesting, yelling all these nasty things at people because I could still go undercover with these people.
Yeah.
And goes, give me 30 seconds. So if you get a chance, watch Sasquatch.
I
It's
do want to watch
fun.
it because I heard that guy on Jericho's podcast, and he was telling stories like that it was this whole like kind of cartel
Yeah.
thing almost, and the story was like basically made up. But he was saying for a lot of stuff, because they interviewed some shady people.
Yeah.
And the people that did it with him were like, they had like certain I don't want to say this, like clues to or different stuff that they were saying to each other, like, okay, I'm gonna go in here, and if I'm not back in 30 minutes, something happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, call like figure out something. Like, if I'm not back in 30 minutes, call, because of who I'm talking to and what they know, kind of shit. And the thing that's crazy is, like, I heard that. And did you watch Mayans?
No.
No, you have the Son of Anarchy spinoff.
I watched like the first like 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm super into it, and one of the kids that works for me is super into it. So we talk about it, and it just ended a few weeks ago. But like they do this thing where they call it Meth Mountain. And it's funny because all this shit keeps coming up about these isolated communities that basically are these communes, and they do all their own shit. Well, the guy that was the head of Meth Mountain has a bunch of white supremacist tattoos, and they're all fucking meth heads and all this kind of stuff. But the cool thing about that episode was they're out doing whatever, because they're kind of hippie-ish.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucked up meth heads, and they're playing acoustic guitars, and they're singing some song. And then the next thing you know, you hear a song, you're like, I know that song. Why do I know that song? On an acoustic guitar, and then this guy starts going, "We walk the streets at night." Fucking Misfits song in Mayans, dude. I was like, holy shit. I was like, yes. So it was pretty cool. But like, that's what got to me. And then I heard this guy's tale. I'm like, dude, that's not the first time I heard this like shit about this.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, they're just saying,
these real communities of people that are just fucked up.
They were just saying, like, yeah, there's a bunch of like there was hippies, and then like they're carrying guns, and like they're on fucking meth.
Yeah,
like,
that's what this is in Mayans. It's the same shit.
And it's just like, what the? I mean, because you've always heard like the Green Triangle shit. Now listen, I got it. Going off of this, there's this guy at work where I used to work from Virginia. He was all telling me like, hey, I'm gonna go back to Virginia and gonna smoke some of that Virginia weed. I'm all, dude. I go, you live in California, you have access to some of the best weed in the nation. And you're fucking bragging about that fucking Virginia weed. Goes, and so I asked this other kid who goes like, who grew up in Virginia. He's all, dude, it's like that fucking Mexican stress we used to get. And, and he go, dude, their weed sucks. And he goes, yeah, it gets you high. It's good for that, but nah, man, that fucking shit sucks. And I go, dude, why do you keep on bragging about the Virginia weed? He goes, oh, we'll get you high. I go, dude, I could get fucking high off of like lawn clippings if I really wanted to.
You must get high off lawn clippings, Jack. That was weed. Yeah, man, I gotta find somebody. I don't want to get Hulu, but I find somebody. I've already passed it for a little while.
What you call it? You didn't package it with
No, because I did it before they offered that package.
Okay.
You can contact Hulu and they'll prorate it to it though.
Oh, really?
You're supposed to be able to do that.
Oh, okay, something to think about.
Did he do the Korean Heart? I didn't see.
So you guys seen the Loki trailer?
Yes.
Just did not too long ago.
So Loki, I'm watching that, and I get a lot of Doctor Who vibe from it. I also get a lot of Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy vibe.
Yeah, I don't know how to place it, but I can get that kind of the time traveling, and the trench coat gives you kind of like almost a David Tennant vibe with the Doctor Who piece. A little bit of more of the Time Bureau from. What is it? Legends of Tomorrow, but not as campy and silly as the legends themselves are.
And a lot of like the bureaucracy behind it, like Brazil and Time Bandits. So there's a lot of different influences on it. Basically, from what I understand, is Loki, when he had his Infinity Stone, I forget which one he actually had.
Yeah, the Tesseract.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be the Time Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucked with time too much, and he has to go back and fix shit. So it's that kind of venture, and Owen Wilson is in it. He's kind of like this guy directing, goes like, yeah, you messed up, so you got to go back and doing it. One scene that I saw, like on one of those things, like, where you're trying to figure things out, like and other people do it for you, like the Easter egg stuff. He's like, he's supposed to be DB Cooper, jumping from the plane.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so you see him like jumping with the sunglasses and like the black suit. That's his DB Cooper
In Brazil or what? Was it Brazil?
DB
Jumped
Cooper
out?
was
Yeah.
in Washington.
Oh yeah, I can remember when he jumped out. I don't know why I thought it was Brazil. I know who DB Cooper
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Stole the shit and jumped out the never seen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I'm looking forward to it. It starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we're recording on
Friday.
Friday, June 4th. So it starts on Wednesday, June 9th. So
That's the day before I go to Vegas. So I will be watching that.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Los Raiders.
Which I have a feeling it's going to keep you in the dark for a long time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the MO of some of these Disney Plus series.
Yeah, I think we got lucky with Falcon Winter Soldier.
Jerks.
Mm-hmm. But when it's the secondary care like WandaVision, I have a feeling it's going to keep you in the dark like that a long time.
Yeah.
Figure out what exactly the hell is going on. Tell you what I don't know a hell of a lot about either, and I want to know what the fuck is going on, is that Masters of the Universe reboot.
Yeah, so this is the one that's done by Kevin Smith. And basically, and I'll be honest with you, I watched He-Man when I was a kid. It was cool. We had Grassel Grayskull and Snake Mountain. We played with that shit. I still don't know, like why the fuck does he have a skull face? Because it's not a mask, it's an actual face. And how can you talk when you don't have any muscles?
It just made a cool toy. That's
Yeah.
all.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's going to continue the legend from like where after the Filmation, which was what we saw as kids. It's going to continue after that. So I guess there was a big old battle and shit that happened. And like,
Wasn't there already a He-Man?
there was a He-Man in the 90s or early 2000s. I
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So it's
It
gonna
was
be
right around the
anime.
time we were going
Animation?
to Comic-Con, so early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's
Anything's
animated.
better than. Have you seen the movie?
The original one?
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I have.
Yes.
Courtney Cox is in the movie too, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that was more based on Jack Kirby's The Third World than actually Masters of the Universe if you sit down and watch.
Didn't matter. Still enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
It was cool.
But it's like the difference here now is you have the power of Netflix behind it,
yeah.
Yeah.
and Netflix does have that
Open checkbook.
exactly. I'm rubbing my fingers together.
The
like I got
greenbacks?
cash, yeah.
Yeah.
Not tapping my veins.
Yeah.
And have you seen?
Yeah, I thought about doing that earlier.
Have you seen the voice cast for this?
Mm-mm.
So He-Man is going to be played by Chris Goods. Kevin Conroy's in it. Kevin Conroy was Batman from Batman the Animated
Oh,
Series.
wow.
Mark Hamill is Skeletor.
No.
Diedrich Bader's in it, and everybody loves Diedrich Bader
No
as much as
shit.
I do. Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Ha!
Lena Headey, Justin Long, Jason Mewes, of course.
Oh, shit. What
Who's
is...
Jason Orko?
He's Stinkor.
Oh, okay.
Orko is Griffin Newman.
Okay, you got my attention.
Phil Lamar, who does so many voices on Family Guy.
Huh.
It gonna rain.
Okay, if you
So-
scroll down a little further on the article, it actually
Yeah.
shows you pictures.
Yeah. Henry Rollins is going to be Triclops. Stephen
shit.
Root is in it. Alicia Silverstone's in it. Of course, Harley Quinn Smith is in it. But I mean,
Dude, Henry
It-
Rollins
it-
is going to be in this?
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Now I think about it. Yeah.
it's
It's worth checking out.
It's Kevin Smith playing with his friends,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which he does best.
So the interesting thing that I find there is that it has Kevin Conroy and Diedrich Bader because they both
They
technically
both
played
play
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. Diedrich Bader did it for the Brave and the Bold.
Yes.
Yeah. The series of shorts,
Now, too bad they don't have Will Arnett in there too,
right?
because then they could have 3 Batmans.
That's interesting.
It doesn't come out till July.
That's
July
cool.
23rd.
Mark Hamill's going to play Skeletor. Actually, I'm kind of excited for that. I'm not going to
That-
lie.
that's
Didn't
enough
that
of
bring
it
him
right
back?
there.
Because I think he was pretty much done voice acting until that came along. I thought I read something about that not that long ago.
And it could be. You know, Kevin Smith has a way of making friends and influence them to do what he wants.
You got the cock knocker back in the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. man.
Cogknocker's back. He's back,
Uh,
baby.
He's probably like, come on, dude. You did the Joker. You're fucking Luke Skywalker. Come on, you got to
You did Cockknocker.
So we're gonna. The Battle of Eternia returns July 23rd.
Okay. I might
July
dust off,
23rd.
knock the dust off of my Netflix account.
It was Thundercats that had a series not that long ago
Yeah.
on
both
Cartoon
have,
Network. But this was like within the last, I don't know, 7-8 years.
Okay.
Hey, you know who's
Yeah.
a huge Master of the Universe fan? Lars Fredrickson.
Yeah, I just saw him post some original.
They just did a collaboration with some graphic designer making T-shirts, Rancid T-shirts.
Oh yeah, he did.
All done.
Yeah.
I almost bought one, but I didn't.
Those guys are finding some unique ways to make money.
Dude,
during
it's
the pandemic.
smart.
Well, yeah, but it's not like I don't really think they're broke, but
No.
they do have no income.
Oh
See-
yeah, no, money is not an issue for any of those guys.
What I thought was weird. I go like, aren't they like in their 50s? The guys from Rancid. That's Tim and Matt. Lars is about.
He's a little younger.
Yeah, he's like born 1971, 1972, 1970. So he's
So-
Which makes him 50.
yeah. So he's a little bit younger, but he's closer to our age. Where we came out. That was when I was like 8 years old. So he was like maybe 12, 13 when it was out. So I was like, okay, I can see why you're into it. I'm like,
Mhm.
I go, dude, you were old when this came out. Why are you so behind? I was like, oh, okay,
It makes sense now.
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And then freaking what's the drummer's name?
Brandon.
Brandon. Yeah, he's way younger than that.
Yeah, he's like
I want to
think
keep.
I think he's younger than us.
I think I want to keep on saying he's like 23, but like I know
No,
that's
no,
not.
no,
It's
he's
like
older
he's
than
like
No, because
he's
he's
like-
been in
Early
the, he's been
30s
in the
maybe?
band for over 10 years
yeah,
already.
he's like 30s,
Yeah.
40s.
yeah,
That
like,
makes
yeah.
him 33.
I think he's young. Yeah, maybe he might be about 10 years younger than us, but he's already been in the band like 8 years.
Yeah.
Or I think his first album was when did Domino's Fall come out?
2008, 2009.
Yeah, so it's been that. I think it was his first album. So it's been that long. Did you pay to watch Cruella or what?
Yes, I did. I paid to watch Cruella. It was worth it.
I heard good things about it.
It was excellently done.
I heard good things about the soundtrack, and then I looked up the soundtrack, and there's nothing on there that I would listen to. But it like I could see how people would be attracted to.
No,
that
it is.
soundtrack.
It is a good soundtrack. It's one of the, it's designed to be 70s London.
Yeah.
So right around the time a lot of that stuff they played in the soundtrack would have been popular. Is building on that kind of early punk rock vibe.
So was it
And-
like
and-
T-Rex and
No.
Bowie?
And you're talking; those are American bands. He said
T-Rex
that.
and
I
Bowie?
think the Stones are on it, but I don't.
Mhm.
T-Rex and Bowie.
Bowie. I was thinking T-Rex. I don't know why I
Let me
thought
pull
T-Rex.
it up.
You're right.
just,
I think I was thinking of New York Dolls.
No. It's got some stuff that's not. It's got like Supertramps, Bee Gees.
Yeah, so I'm not into that stuff.
Ike and Tina.
no,
No.
you.
Got some of the stuff in here.
I've seen your iPad,
It does have Florence and the
iPod
Machine, which is a more
playlist.
modern one.
I remember the first generation iPod you had.
My Supertramp CDs, dude, go right next to the stuff from Crass. I don't know what you're talking about.
It should be.
And
But
then
all your
I had-
disco stuff.
It's Subhumans and then Supertramp because my stuff's in alphabetical
it's
order, so I
alphabetical.
can find it. Yeah,
You still do alphabetical order?
I have to. I don't buy CDs anymore, but all my CDs are in alphabetical order. So when I find it, when I want to look up something about it or whatever,
I do it
can
by
find
letter, but I don't
Where
go,
is your
like,
CD collection? Is
full
it boxed
alphabetical
or is
No,
it still out?
I have a
It's still out.
5-shelf
Mhm.
like bookcase that has all that shit in
I
it.
have
dude.
I have a room dedicated just that.
Well, I had an office, then I had a son. So
Yeah. Side question: have you
Yeah.
been to Amoeba yet?
No.
No, nothing.
I want to go.
I kind of do too.
I want to go.
I want to buy some vinyl. I have a small little crate over here that I have some vinyl in, and I've got some room. I want to add to it because when I get
I
my
don't.
house.
I don't have room.
Rick has no room between Rick
So-
and Alicia. Does Alicia buy vinyl as well?
Yes, she does.
Yeah, I figured.
And then we've inherited stuff from
Her parents. Yeah.
and stuff we've picked up along the way, this and that. So we have one of the IKEA Kallax shelves.
Uh-huh.
So they're the 12 by 12 shelves,
Mhm.
and they're about 12 deep too. It's a 5 by 5, and I want to say,
You have two of them at the shop. That's what.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I want to say,
Oh, is that the merch shelves?
Yeah.
Okay.
we have decorations and stuff in them too, but literally 13 of those shelves
I would imagine most of it's vinyl.
are vinyl.
And they're
So
fucking jammed in there, right?
they're jammed full. So I mean, if you look on my Discogs, and the
Uh-huh.
only reason I use Discogs is so I can catalog what I have. So that way, if I go somewhere, I go, "Do I have that?"
Yeah.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
It's over 700 vinyl.
Oh wow.
It's
Wow.
it's insane.
This is the same guy who threw away all his CD cases.
Yeah.
No,
I
didn't.
remember. When
Actually,
you
I did not throw away all my CD cases.
No?
Did
I
you do most of them
I
though?
boxed them up
Oh.
and I put them in storage, and they're all back in my house. Like I said, that fourth bedroom is CDs, DVDs. It's still
He
there.
needs a bedroom just for his CDs. DVDs,
I'm
and
not gonna lie.
Blu-rays.
I do too, but
That
he's
is vinyl.
still buying. I'm not buying.
I don't
it
buy
anymore.
CDs anymore. I do buy vinyl.
No, but you
And
buy
just digital,
vinyl.
yeah.
I see your mail, Dave.
I'll buy vinyl if it's like some like the new AFI is coming out. I bought that on vinyl. I pre-ordered
So
that.
I was told I
It's
can't buy any
it's
new
gotta be special.
vinyl unless I get rid of.
Yeah,
vinyl.
what's your number in vinyl? This guy said he
no,
had
mine are
700.
Like mine are like 400.
Oh, okay. This guy's got more vinyl.
You've sold stuff before.
Yeah,
right?
I've sold stuff.
But that's
traded
and
or-
again,
3 or 4
that's
years
among
ago,
two
yeah.
of us and things.
There's a
that
lot
we
of stuff
but
I
you're-
want to
but
get rid of.
married
still-
together.
You're more likely to have Supertramp in your collection than I am, dude.
I probably do. I mean,
Like I do. I guarantee
that's what
you,
Discogs is for.
I do not have Supertramp in the collection.
But the premise of the movie is it's her origin story and coming up wanting to be a fashion designer in 70s London, and it has of course the foil being the high powered woman who runs the fashion designing conglomerate, and fighting back against that and realizing that there's definitely way more to it, and I don't want to give away the story and things like that, but fighting against that conglomerate and using kind of that punk rock vibe and the anti-establishment vibe to raise her up. And it was just great. It was really, really great. Emma Stone was fantastic as Cruella. And the ending kind of course they have to, the ending kind of sets up for 101 Dalmatians. The cast did a fantastic job.
The live action 101 Dalmatians? I was just wondering.
Without giving away too much, at the end, she ends up giving Dalmatians to two people who happen to be named Pongo and Perdita.
Interesting.
So without going too much into it, I do not have Supertramp. I have Sugar Hill Gang.
Okay. The reason I
Accepted.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you watch a lot of stuff and you do that. I saw Ryan post that he liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
Cruella, and I'm in a bunch of Disney shit too, and I heard people say that. Speaking of which, the last one, which I didn't pay for, Raya, I think that came out today.
It came out today.
Raya, the last track
as
came out
a,
today is for all subscribers.
yeah.
So I'll probably catch that pretty soon.
No, but again, it benefits me to get them on Premier Access because I'm paying $30 for 4 people. Ruby's not going to watch it. Ruby's the one I'll watch it for 15 minutes. Okay, I'm bored. I walk away.
Matthew.
So I'm still paying $10.
Is she like that with a lot of stuff?
She's like that with a lot.
So is my son.
But
That's why I don't do it, because they won't watch movies.
But then at the same token, if it's something she's invested in, she'll watch
She'll
it.
watch it,
Like
of
she
course.
watched, My Neighbor Totoro the other day, start to finish, or she'll watch.
So it just has to be a piquer interest.
It just she'll watch an entire series of anime, like that, and it's whatever it is. But if I say let's go watch Grella, no, it's okay. But Anthony's at that age where he's watching everything we're watching.
Yeah, he's just soaking it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll sit there and he's watched the Glee series like twice back to back.
Wow.
So Anthony's more like Rick and Ruby's more like Alicia, is what I'm assuming.
Usually.
Fair enough.
Usually. But she's also got my sense of humor and those that kookiness and stuff and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, go watch it. Go watch it. Even if you go watch it in theater or go to the drive-in or do whatever the hell you want to do. It's summer. Drive-ins are perfect times.
I'm going to sit here in my garage. I'm going to have my bong in my hand, and me and Chris will just watch it.
Yeah, I'm getting a fucking contact high here, bro.
Good for you. Good for you. This is California.
My back doesn't hurt anymore.
Hey, that's all that matters. We're here to help people. Here on Exocast, we are here to help people. Help you.
And with
There's
that,
points in that we just put on. We just put out an episode of Kayfabe, and dude, it's clear as day in the back of here. Like several points during the thing. If
I'm
it's
not the only one.
But for you, if it's not you, it's Anthony. Yeah, Anthony's doing
Yeah.
the same shit. Like fuckers. Okay, I don't care. But like,
We need to do a video podcast.
No one wants to see these ugly faces, dude. Like we're purely for radio. Yeah, that's water. Rick's got water.
like I heard somebody say,
There's
there's
water in those pipes.
a
Dude.
face made for radio with
There
a
is.
voice made for print.
Yeah. Right.
In both those pipes, there was water. Break time?
Yeah.
Or
Let's do a break time.
break time. We'll be back.
Running high spot praying, spewing lies and hate. Who moderates the date? For anything spoken will be reputed as broken. The system is shattered, power lines crossed and tattered. Deny all the powers before being battered. Your sheep, they keep falling with legal cases stalling. This bullshit game off to jail, they'll be all in. Coming on strong is looking like a win for me.
Hey, I'm going to talk about this because it just happened. Celebration.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm jealous.
I've had my tickets for 2 years.
I do want to go.
Well, I don't know what they did as far as tickets. I don't know if they're going to lease anymore. None of that. But what we just did was, because I have tickets to Celebration, so they had told us, okay, we're going to postpone it. And then they're like, we're not going to cancel it. We're going to postpone it. But if you want to cancel your ticket, you can cancel it. I'm sure some people cancel their tickets.
Sure.
Yeah.
So watch for on sales again. I'm sure they're going to have it again. But you got to jump on that shit
I
like
got
right
to
away.
go for a day. Yeah.
So what happened was, since we had tickets already, they canceled our hotels. The hotel straight out just said, nope, we're going to cancel your thing. Okay. So yesterday, as a matter of fact, I got a hotel room again. I was able to get a hotel room. And now they sold out within a couple hours.
You didn't get a hotel room.
Huh?
You didn't get
Oh,
a
no, we were
hotel
both
room.
on there trying to do it. I just happened to get in first. But he wouldn't even have suggested it. And I suggested, I was like, nah, bro, we're going to stay at the Hilton. So we got a room at the Hilton.
He did tell me that when I cut his hair.
What?
That you guys were going to get a room at the Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Well,
excited.
No, well, yeah.
He was
Because,
excited.
there's nothing wrong. The last time we went,
Bless his heart.
we stayed at a Best Western, which was fine. But I was like, dude,
You want to walk.
yeah, I don't want to walk. I'm like, I want to walk, and I want to the privilege of saying, you know what, I want to go back to my room for a little bit because I'm kind of tired. Let's get a snack, and I go, doot, 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 and there I am.
Not only that, they also have a lot of events at the Hilton that are related to the
Yeah,
convention.
so we got it. I didn't do the night before. It's got a really cramped schedule for me because they moved the dates too. So it's not in August anymore. It's going to be in May of 2022.
Memorial Day weekend, right?
That just so happens to actually be the last week of school.
Oh, that's fine.
And that's graduation.
Mm-hmm.
I can't miss graduation.
What
That's why I
to
said
do?
it's
What I
fine.
do, I can't miss
I'll
graduation.
be right there to swoop up your ticket.
Bad Batch. I didn't watch today.
I haven't watched it yet either. I'm going to watch it after you guys leave.
Have you guys watched at least the last
I've
ones?
watched.
Yeah. I watched all of them.
Not today's.
Normally, I
Everything
do
else
the
up to that.
midnight showings with Star Wars Theory, but last night I didn't go to bed till like almost 1:30 in the morning. I was watching something else.
I've just okay.
I was watching
that's
Rogan's
fine.
podcast.
No, I was gonna make a joke, but decided not to.
You could have.
Yeah.
Which
no,
one you're watching?
yeah.
Who's a guest?
David Lee Roth.
Okay.
I would have turned it off.
No, I was listening to Whitney
Well, no,
Cummings.
I just spoke of my distaste for Vanny.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth.
Anyway, no, man, I'm digging it. I didn't watch it for a couple weeks. I got busy. It's the end of the year at a high school is very busy, so I just hadn't had time. And then I kind of binged it and was like, damn, dude, to see Kanan Jarrus there was pretty
You
cool.
Saw that. You
Yeah.
saw,
When they
you
had
saw Fennec Shan.
when
Yeah.
they had Kanan Jarrus origin on that one, I went back and got the comic books and I looked at them. I go, wait up, this is different. But then I remembered from a certain point of view.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and then his name is different.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he changed his name when he went into hiding.
Yeah.
yeah, but I
So-
mean, it shows it shows all that stuff, but like,
Oh yeah, there was some stuff that was different. Yeah.
but it's not the Bad Batch. It's not it doesn't follow. But like I said, it's from a certain point of
Hey,
view.
have you ever read those books?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the Empire one that I have read a few different selections from. I want to
no,
finish.
certain
it.
point of view. No, I
Yeah.
haven't read those.
Oh yeah. No, they're good. So have you ever heard of these books?
Which ones?
The Certain Point of View books.
I'm familiar with them, but I've never.
Okay,
read
they've
them.
come out with the anniversary of the movies. So the first one came out with the anniversary of A New Hope, and then the Empire one is the newest one, and it was just the 40th anniversary last year. So it has come out. So I expect the next one going to be out, for that. But what it does is it takes these minor characters you just might see in the background of a scene, and it gives them a little backstory.
Oh,
So to see what happens through their eyes. So the ones that I read were in the Empire book. The first one I think is somebody who's dispatching probe droids.
I was gonna say that's from Dak.
Yeah, what's that?
It was from Dak.
It was from Dak. Dak's point of view. All of a sudden, it just stopped.
Ah,
Yeah. No, the first one was somebody dispatching probe droids, and then another one was actually, as weird as this sounds, one of the Wampas, the Wampa that lost his arm.
Oh, I've heard that.
Oh.
I've heard
Yeah.
of that perspective before.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
actually really cool. And then the next one was the scene where, because it is just these minor things, and they go in chronological order. So the next one is the scene in Empire where Han and Leia are arguing in the hallway. There's a guy that walks past them with a crate full of stuff. It's his. And actually, that story is interesting because he's an LGBTQ plus character.
okay.
And it's actually in the book. There's somebody that he kind of is into, and goes through that. Because then after that, it's of course the escape from Hoth. So that's where it leads up to that piece. So, it's about all I've read. I want to get through the rest, but it's a cool concept. It's a lot like Tales from Jabba's Palace.
Yeah,
And stuff like that. Or Tales of the Bounty Hunter.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. Where it's just like, okay, you take these, but they're all just like these small characters, and you see them. They're all in the movie. We watch the movie, you're like, oh, hey, that's the character you're talking about. And there's somebody on screen. It just
So it's not
give that
John,
person a
so is the
backstory.
character that John Ratzenberg plays, is he there?
no, I don't know. You know what? That'd be funny. Again, I haven't gotten into it. I started it. Haven't gotten too far into it. They do. It's only like not even a novella, dude. It's like 10, 15 pages, a little short story in a thing. I need to set myself, now that it's summer, I need to tell myself, you know what, dude, I'm just gonna sit for like half an hour and just read, do something like that.
It's gonna
like
be
an evening.
Lobot.
What's that?
I want to get Lobot's perspective.
For all I know, he's in it. I haven't gotten that far.
Maybe.
Yeah, he may actually be, because
Yeah.
he didn't have any lines. I don't think it's like people that didn't have any lines. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, no, Bad Batch is cool, dude. I really like it. Is that going to be one of those just series? It's like, oh, here's 8 episodes or whatever, and done.
I believe it's 16 is season 1.
Okay.
They-
Season 1?
As far as I know, it hasn't been confirmed either way yet.
Okay.
But
I
I
gotta
know
admit,
that,
I'm-
but I know that this quote unquote batch, no pun intended, is 16 episodes.
I'm kind of a fan now of when you do. I like the fact that Disney's doing this, and they're saying, here's WandaVision, it's the 6 episodes or
The
whatever,
limited
8
series.
episodes, and that's it. Yeah, because you don't want it to drag on, because you start to mess with continuity, and go on
wasn't that one thing Disney's known for is like basically one season things for the most part, but with the exception of a few. They're
I think
stick
that's
around.
kind of new.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, Disney is known for, at least with the Disney Channel,
100 episodes. Back in the day, Disney Channel was known for 100
How many
episodes.
seasons? Is
or
100
like that's 5
episodes?
seasons.
5
Okay.
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So 5 seasons and then done. But the reasoning for that was because the kids are
The
getting
kids
older.
were getting older.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was their. Yeah, that's kind of why I brought it up. Okay, maybe not one season, but that was where I was going with it. Was the kids get older, so you can only do so much with these shows.
There was an end game. There was
Yeah.
so many episodes you got. I think Hannah Montana was actually the first one to break that, if I remember. right.
Maybe,
Hmm.
but that it wasn't. That was Hannah Montana on Disney.
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I'm becoming a fan of that just in general, because I was actually talking to a guy yesterday, and he was like, "Do you still watch The Walking Dead?" No, I
Yeah.
don't. Midway through the 9th season, I'm like, this is just dragging.
When Rick went away, I watched the one after that. I'm like, I'm not into this
I
anymore.
watched the next season and a half, and it's just like it's dragging. So it could, the natural end was when they caught Negan.
Mhm.
They should, since it's different than the comics, they should have killed them and it's been done. And then after that, they went into the Whisperer storyline.
Mhm.
They could have gotten through that and just this been done. This next season coming up, the 10th season, is the last season. I probably won't watch it, like at all. But some of those shows they just drag on too long.
Mhm.
I think 5 years is a nice. Here's
Yeah.
a chunk. Here's a good story. The Breaking Bad. Here it is. Boom, done, and then move on. So even something like, and Rob is gonna hate me for this, but Supernatural. It was good, but there's a lot of episodes in there like this is just kind of filler. Yeah. Like you're just playing with this. This shouldn't. That was a show that wasn't even supposed to last 5 seasons, and
Yeah.
it went over 10.
See, I remember
what,
like
what did it hit? 15?
I think so.
Oh God.
I remember a
just-
few years ago, like about before Netflix and all that kind of stuff became like a real thing, a lot of TV shows, they were confined to like 13 episodes. Like you could wrap up most of the storylines within those 13 episodes because you didn't know if you're going to get renewed for the next season.
Right.
So like you did your story and then like, okay, there was some like elements where you could continue on, but it wasn't guaranteed in stone.
And when you have a limited series run, it makes every episode impactful. When you do a 22 episode season on network TV, you get to the point where you get those filler episodes.
Yeah.
And they don't progress story, they don't progress anything going on. It's just, and some of them are good. I mean, if you go to, what is one of the most iconic Simpsons episodes is that 22 short stories from Springfield.
Yes.
That's a filler episode. But steamed ham is like the biggest thing in the Simpsons continuity ever now.
Yes.
But it gives it that, and you want to see that. You want to get to the point where there's an end and you feel comfortable with that end.
And that's another one I think has almost ran its course as The Simpsons.
It's still got like 3 seasons left that are.
I haven't watched it.
I didn't even watch a Halloween episode this
I
last
haven't
week.
watched it,
That I did.
and I don't think I was watching it even when I got married. So I think I stopped watching it when I still lived at home. So it's been 15, 16 years since I watched any. Now, my son is getting through those seasons. Like, he's enjoying it, but I think he's on like season 4 or 5 when it was like...
And 4 is considered the golden season.
Yeah.
Anything from about 4 to 12 is considered the height of Simpsons, and then after that, it's all just filler.
It's up until about the movie when it was like really good, The Simpsons.
About 2008-ish?
Yeah.
That would have been about season 17.
But that's where
Dang.
that's like the big decline that I saw was.
Yeah.
I didn't get in that deep. And I just don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
And anything
honestly.
past 12, like if you told me, try to give me a name of an episode or something like that, I'm like, I don't know. I think the last one I remember distinctly was season 12, Weekend at Bernie's, which is the one where they did medicinal marijuana.
Oh yeah.
But I agree, Simpsons at this point needs to no longer be in active development. Just like Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah. You know that was gone. As soon as she got
Yeah.
shit canned, you're like, this is
But
gone.
they could have done the series without her, and actually focus on the Rangers without her. Like kill her off right away. But
Everybody said Hera. Bring Hera in.
yeah,
But did that happen? No.
No, what's his name from season 2? God, what's his name? The one he was going to end up in the series anyway.
Blue?
Sheriff?
No, not the sheriff. The one that they set free after the one who shot
Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Thank you.
Bill Burr.
He could be the center of that.
Mm-hmm.
They.
Oh, yeah. I remember that was the talk after they fired her. Well,
Yeah.
get this guy instead. Oh, no. You know what? Yeah. No, he even said something about it. He's like, well, shit, have they heard what I've said? Because he was like, oh, man, like, I'm a comedian. Like, I've talked tons of trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Bill Burr would have done it because he does.
He's kind of a dick, huh?
Yeah, he does a comedian stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't like Star Wars. He said like, dude, he's all like,
He was
fuck this
never
shit.
originally a Star Wars fan.
No, he's all fuck this shit. This
That's
is
why I
fucking.
was shocked when
yeah,
he-
he's all fuck this shit. I don't want to do this fucking bullshit. This is a fucking bunch of shit. And then like they give him like a lot of
but
money.
then
He's
he
like,
exploded.
he's all well fuck.
Hey,
I'll
money
do-
changes
lot of
everything,
people like
bro.
his
You know that.
character.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a price.
Man, this is stupid shit. Here's a bunch of money. I like this. Yeah. What are we doing
Everybody's
now?
Gonna pay
Right?
For the $1 Million
for the
Man.
$1 Million Man.
So we make it official.
Make it official.
Yeah, have you heard that about? Have you guys heard about that?
No.
No.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about.
So there's a campaign. I follow the $1 Million Man on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah. go
Yeah,
ahead.
he says make his title run official.
Oh, okay. I did see that the other day.
Now, I understand it
Off
because
30 seconds of it or what?
Oh yeah, because they go well.
Explain it real fast.
All right.
Explain what it is.
So when Andre and Hulk Hogan fought, Andre beat him. This one, remember they had the 2 Hebners.
Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. Everyone knows Andre versus Hogan at WrestleMania 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hogan beat Andre at WrestleMania 3.
Yes.
About a year later,
Okay.
they wrestled again on Saturday Night Main Event,
Okay.
which was, the NBC specials they had
Yes.
about once a quarter.
Yes.
During that match, there was a screwjob finish. And
Okay.
Andre the Giant won the title.
Okay.
On a 2 count.
On a 2 count, Hogan kicked out, but Hebner gave the win to Andre, and immediately after that, Andre serenaded, not surrendered, serenaded.
That's his words, Andre's words.
The title to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And at that point, another Hebner shows up, and that's when you finally had Earl and Dave Hebner in the ring together, having a shoving match and realizing this was a screw job. Somebody paid off a different Hebner to get the 3 count.
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens,
that referee had plastic surgery to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
WWE President Jack Tunney, kayfabe president, strips $1 Million Man of the title, and then WrestleMania 4 became. Thank you. And then WrestleMania 4 became the tournament for the world title. So ideally, $1 Million Man held the title for an hour?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. From what I understand, and I don't remember the timeline exactly because we were kids and we, between Saturday's main event and Superstars or Wrestling Challenge, the $1 Million Man made appearances as the world champion, like in Los Angeles. Like he brought out the belt and he was wrestling as a world champion.
Okay.
So there's this thing now. He's like, well, let's make it official. Which my thing is, if you make his official, you make Andre's official.
You do.
And you give Andre that nod that like he held the championship, because Andre never held the championship because he was unbeatable and they couldn't take it off of him once he won it. And besides, the way that the booking was, you saw Andre and then you saw the world champion. Like, those are the 2 draws. Right. Not only that, but Andre wrestled in different territories because of the territory system. Mm-hmm. And so why are you going to have the WWF champion
wrestling in other territories,
and then he could possibly lose it? Like, I mean, if he fought over in Michigan territory where the original Sheik is, the Sheik never lost. So what happens there? Or you fight in AWA territory. Yeah. There could be all kinds of screw jobs going on back and forth, and you steal the title from them. So that's another reason why Andre never had the title. But my thing is, hey, $1 Million Man, you want the title? You got to give it to Andre too.
Did you watch A&E biography with Shawn Michaels recently?
I haven't watched any of the A&E ones.
So there was a point where it was a television taping. I think it was one of the main events.
Wait, you don't know about that? Did you not know about that before?
I had not heard that one actually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There was one of the main events where they wrestled the Rockers wrestled the Hart Foundation, and they beat the Hart Foundation for the title. But there was an incident with the ropes, and the rope broke, and they never replaced it during the match. So it was flopping around, it was causing all this stuff, and they're like,
they couldn't do things because you couldn't hit that rope.
Yeah,
because it wasn't there.
So it didn't look good on TV. They scrapped the match, never appeared on main event, and they never gave the Rockers their title win because of that.
Wow. Oh man, that sucks.
So
I knew about that because I had seen the match, and I don't know how I heard about that, but I've known about that for a long time.
I've heard of something about that, but I knew, like they were screwed out of a title.
Is this why Shawn Michaels was so willing to be like the screw boy for Vince McMahon?
Shawn Michaels was just an asshole, and he'll tell you that I was an asshole, and he was addicted to drugs, and that's Marty Jannetty's fault. But anyway, all this is in the biography. But no, when that match was going on, like it was taped, so Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart are good now. But in that biography, Shawn was talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, Bret puts me in a hold, and he says, just don't worry about it. Like, they're gonna replace it. They're gonna replace. Like, it's taped.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just do spots again, whatever. Never replaced the rope.
Wow.
Never came down and do it. And so they thought, okay, well, we're just gonna have that match again. No, we're going a different direction. That's what they were told. So they never got the title run.
Wow.
And then after that was the barbershop stuff, and the infamous.
That
Look at
coward
Jannetty
Marty
jump through that window.
Yeah, exactly. He jumped. I knew it was gonna happen.
He's a coward. Oh man. So recently New Jack passed.
Yeah.
And as surprised as I wasn't surprised.
What was it? What did they say? Heart attack?
Heart attack.
Damn drugs, dude.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yep.
I knew it was gonna happen because these guys just lead crazy lives.
Sure, yeah.
But he was starting to get his life in order. I know he had quit drugs.
Mm-hmm.
he was like, he was married with a woman instead of like all these women buying him shit all the time. He wasn't messing around with, what's her name? Marlena, what's her?
Terry Reynolds.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunate somebody, starting to get their lives together. It was nice that we got to see him actually on the dark side of the ring instead of all these other people talking about him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was watching one of these shoot videos and Jim Cornette's there, and who shows up is New Jack and Mustafa. And they buried the hatchet there because, for a long time, Cornette was pissed off at him, and New Jack was saying, "Fuck Jim Cornette, that racist motherfucker," So they buried the hatchet, but so they got their words, and I'm sure, knowing New Jack, he was trying to make amends in those later part of life because, when you clean up and you realize all the fucked up shit you did, you make amends. I mean,
Sure, yeah.
that's what Jake the Snake was trying to do, and we'll get that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Is it fair to say the same thing with Ultimate Warrior? Kind of at that end. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they said when he did that Hall of Fame.
yeah, his Hall of Fame
that-
speech.
He went backstage and was apologizing to a lot of
Yeah.
people and trying to build those bridges, and then appeared on Raw the next day, and within 12 hours they said.
Yeah. And I'll get to
pretty
this
fair.
really quickly because we're going to touch on it more when we review Dark Side of the Ring. But on the Ultimate Warrior one, they interviewed Jake the Snake Roberts.
Mhm.
There was going to be a program between Jake the Snake and Ultimate Warrior for the World Championship.
Mhm.
And Jake the Snake, is like, oh, this is a lot of money for me. I'm going to be able
Mhm.
to, I'll be set financially if I get this run. And I think he was even going to get the world title. Ultimate Warrior quit, and that ended that. And like, Jake the Snake was furious.
Yeah.
And Jake the Snake has a lot of demons, or had a lot of demons. He's another one who's cleaned up his life,
Mhm.
and good for him. So he was like, he was at the Hall of Fame saying, "I got this roll of quarters. I'm gonna hit this motherfucker when I see him. I'm gonna punch the Ultimate Warrior." And the Ultimate Warrior, he lost a lot of his muscle, but he was still a big guy. I mean, Jake the Snake was never a small guy, but he was never the size of the Ultimate Warrior.
No.
And Jake the Snake's almost crippled. He's not in good
Right.
shape. And Ultimate Warrior comes by and goes, "Hey, look, man, I'm sorry. I fucked up. I'm sorry what I did to you. I know it cost you a lot of money." And Jake the Snake just, okay. So yeah. So have you guys been watching any of the Dark Side of the Ring?
I've watched a few of them.
Yeah. It's been a trip because WWE's doing their biographies right now too.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are mirroring each other.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not the Warrior one.
yeah. The
They-
Warrior
but,
one.
but they're mirroring each other. I'm talking about at the same time frame. Like Warrior was
One
on
point of view
Sunday,
and then the other.
and Dark Side was on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
and they pushed. They A&E biography moved there, so it would be before the Vice one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
From what I heard, it was almost like two different Warriors. Now the Vice one, you thought they were gonna throw a lot more dirt on the Warrior because there's a lot more that. I mean, like if you ever watched the official, the original Story of the Ultimate Warrior, the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, everybody's throwing fucking shade on the Ultimate
Yeah.
Warrior.
Hey, some of those people still did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't as much shade thrown. Fucking Jim Ross and Jim Cornette, fucking both can't stand the Warrior, and they let it be known. And it's like, he's one of the worst ones. And Jim Ross never has a bad word to say about a lot of people. He's always, been very promoting the business. Like, he was horrible. I don't know what they saw in him. He was a good body, but he never paid his dues.
Mm-hmm.
So that was on the Dark Side of the Ring. And then I heard A&E was completely different. Like, it was more like a rosy picture of him.
A&E was more of the redemption story.
Yeah.
Because it was WWE produced
Yeah.
Mhm.
versus somebody else in the third party.
Now, I put this in here. And I showed you the guys a shirt. It was said Smut and Filth. That's what Ultimate Warrior's wife, widowed wife, called the Vice one. So, Vice and Dark Side of the Ring production.
Mhm.
So they went to ProWrestlingTees.com and said, "We want a shirt that says Smut and Filth." And Warrior was very homophobic, and he let it be known, like in speeches after, like, his career was off the track. So they Dark Side of the Ring, all the proceeds from that shirt will go to
LGBTQ.
Q charities. And it says Smut and Filth. And I think, hey, that's kind of cool. So I just wanted to throw it out
That's
there.
cool. Yeah, that was the big difference. Is Dana was in the WWE one,
Mhm.
which she's still affiliated with him, of course, and all that, and her kids. And it was his ex-wife that was in Darkseid.
Yeah. That was the other thing too, though.
The one who
2 different wives,
yeah.
2 different shows.
But Jake the Snake was in both.
AEW's Jake the Snake. I found that fun.
That's
a lot
what
of
cracked me up too.
Even
yeah.
on the Treasures, there's a lot of AEW guys that are doing stuff.
Mhm.
Because he was on Jake the Snake was on Treasures too,
Yeah, it was.
where he went over his distaste for Honky Tonk Man. But that's a different story.
Mm-hmm. That's where I remember that.
Didn't we talk about that on the
Just
Kayfabe
talked
Culture
about that on
podcast?
K-Fabe. Yeah.
Soon to be released.
No, released today.
Released
Yeah,
today.
it's out.
Today. Go listen.
So, the Dark Side of the Ring did Brian Pillman, which was a 2-parter,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was really good. I didn't know the talent he had and the demons he had. I mean, he had like 3 kids with 3 different women.
Yeah.
It was done well, and then like his new wife is just all fucked up.
Yeah.
His last wife was just
Yeah.
all
She's a gem. She's a gem.
I mean, God bless her. I hope she gets her shit together.
She'll be fine.
Nick Gage. I
I didn't
wasn't
get to
familiar-
see that
I
one.
knew of him, and I'd heard about the stuff with David Arquette.
Yeah, that was a good one because it gives you a perspective on somebody who's never made it to the
Yeah.
cream of the crop.
King of the Death Match.
Collision in Korea.
I
That
didn't
was
see
a
that
low
one.
point one. And I've heard of the story, and I thought it was going to be a lot more like crazy stories, but all you heard was fucking 2-Court Scorpio and
And
That
Scott
dude's
Norton.
he's fucked up.
Animal. Which was one of War Warriors? Was it Hawk or
Hawk. It was Hawk.
Hawk.
Yeah.
He wanted to beat the shit out of him. I go, dude, you don't fuck with the War Warriors. I mean, they were known as legitimate street brawlers.
Mm-hmm.
I go, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not going to kick that guy's ass.
He was
Yeah.
honky tonk man in it a little bit.
Yeah. He said, I wanted to fuck him up. Well, the whole time there, I was going to kick his ass, but we said we couldn't fucking fight in North Korea because we fucking get thrown in jail.
That guy's got delusions of grandeur, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, and then they didn't interview the Steiners, which I thought was weird because they were on that bill too. Or was Ric Flair interviewed for that one?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, which I thought was weird too because he was the main event against Antonio Ioki, which was kind of cool because like Antonio Ioki is like huge in Japan, and he fought Muhammad Ali here
Yeah.
in the United States.
Mhm.
Like, but like he had a fight on the floor or something like that, or it was some weird shit.
Aoki's like Hogan, Austin, and The Rock combined in Japan.
Tall black hair.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of
Chiseled-
Kind of a
pompadourish.
big chin.
Yeah. Big chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Grizzly Smith, and I talked about his family. Grizzly Smith, I just knew was a fucked up dude, and his family called him a pedophile.
Mm.
His daughter, who was Rockin' Robin, was one of the greatest. They said like she was a fantastic women's champion, and like just Vince just didn't like her anymore, so like he took her out. But anyway, she told a story that Grizzly Smith, Jake the Snake's father, shows up to her house with a 9-year-old and says, "Make her a daiquiri." And she's like, "No, she's 9 years old. I'm not gonna make her a daiquiri." So he goes to sleep, and he's talking to her. Rockin' Robin's talking to this 9-year-old, and goes like, "Well, what does he do?" And goes, "Oh, like we're traveling together, and he comes over and kisses me on the road. Like we pulls over the side of the road and kisses me." Rockin' Robin said, "I stayed up all night and make sure that my dad couldn't get to her, and then when he left, I said, 'You're not taking this girl with you.'" So I mean, they knew all the bad shit he did, and there is some allegations of abuse for his kids, and like it was either sexual or mental abuse and verbal abuse, and like just beating the shit out of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Jake the Snake admitting goes like, a lot of the fucked up shit I did was trying to get rid of this, like all the demons I had. I was on drugs. I cared more about cocaine than anything. Goes, I was on cocaine. I did 1 woman, 2 women, 3 women, fucking women with dogs, fucking. There's times I didn't care about women because I wanted cocaine. And he made it a point, like, if you're being abused, go tell everybody. Tell somebody. He goes, you're not alone. Make sure that you let people know what's going on with your life, because this has to stop. It's not your fault. And there was even a disclaimer at the end of the episode that said that. I thought it was going to be a lot darker because I've heard stories before about Grizzly Smith and what an asshole and shit he was. So
It's such a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
With that, though.
yeah,
It's like you touch the surface on it without going too far.
and just basically, I mean, Jake the Snake's mother was 13 years old when she had Jake the Snake.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you get to know the personality of Grizzly
Yeah.
Smith.
What else we have coming up on that? I know Dynamite Kid's coming up.
Dynamite
That's
Kid.
the only other one I know.
That's the only ones they've announced because there's supposed to be there were 16 episodes, I believe.
Are they breaking it in half this time?
I think they're gonna do like a little bit of stoppage period and they're gonna continue.
It's a big difference in number from previous seasons.
Yeah. So it's like a 1 season, 2 parts.
Yeah, more than likely.
But I'm trying to guess who would probably be on the next one. Next season, China.
Did they get China? That's what
I mean, I'm
gonna
thinking China would be one.
They're doing an unauthorized biography on China on Vice. Actually, I just read that today.
The original Sheik. I'm thinking maybe Sabu.
Yeah, you know what? you need Sabu. At some point, he's got to be there.
Yeah.
That dude's fucked up.
And he's still alive.
For real, dude.
Alive and kicking.
He's something else, man. He's something else.
What else we got?
Nah, not that downer to end on. I'll tell you that much. That went deep, and then we're like, okay.
What you guys got coming up?
Let's see here. At the shop, man, it is freaking crazy. So, all right, you got a lot of people leaving the state, right? You got a lot of people leaving the state. You got a lot of people coming into the state, too.
Bye. Hello.
Dude, our area this area of Southern California, Corona, is just being blasted. Homes are now damn near almost 100,000 over asking. They're being purchased for. But we just have so many people coming to the shop now. I talked to the ladies at the salon next door to us. They're saying the same thing. They go, all of a sudden we've got all these walk-ins and we just have not enough help. So it's really crazy the way the shop's been just blowing up since everything's kind of like opening back up. It's opening back up really fast even for us.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Just an observation that I've made recently. Excuse me. We recently acquired a social media guy that's helping us. Excuse me. He was there.
Has
today.
he started already?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a
Okay.
while. Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know if you've taken a look at the Crown Stuff
I
page.
have taken a look and noticed this is very different than it was
It's
before.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have somebody doing it now.
I see a lot more frequently.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, but there was like backgrounds to it
Yeah.
and stuff that, it looks
different looks of the photos and
Yeah, it looks like, okay, you're trying to sell this rather than just us posting photos.
yeah. No, we brought somebody in trying to make it a little bit more appealing for people. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm fully booked and I'm actually trying to cut my days back. So, it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But it's just trying to help everybody else out. We want to see everybody else, and they're all pitching in. So I mean, it's kind of like a unified effort. It's pretty cool seeing everybody. Everybody put your money where your mouth is, and let's all build this together. And that's what they're doing. So it's cool to see some results coming from it. Just new products coming in. I'm getting ready to work on bringing in a new line of grooming products in. That'll be coming pretty soon. We've just recently got apparel in now, so we've got T-shirts, we've got hats.
I have one of those hats.
They're pretty nice hats.
They are nice hats.
We've got another
I have a
clothing
shirt
line.
too.
We've got more clothing lines coming on the way. I've got SB is going to be doing a new line of shirts for us as well.
All right. A second line, right?
A second line, yeah. And then
we got to get him on here sometime, even if we got to.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
We gotta-
even
even
if
if
we do
we-
it from the tattoo shop, we can do it from the tattoo shop.
Even if we got to
I can make
interview
that
him.
work.
It's
Just
gonna be a very
record it.
special episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot's going on at the shop, dude. So check this out. We just acquired a pedicure chair, so we are going to be doing toes here pretty soon. I've got to find somebody. I got to get someone to come in and start doing it for us. But we already purchased a pedicure chair,
Right on.
and we've actually got a lot of interest. It's crazy coming from guys. Their wives want to start coming, and while the husband's getting done, or maybe the wife just wants to come in and get her. Well, as soon as I said that, I was like, all right. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and it massages you. It's got a massager built into it too. So fancy pants. So that's what we've got going on, though. What about you guys?
I made a career change.
Oh, he did not. Did he really?
Yeah.
He did. What is he doing now?
So I'm gonna be working for the government
Oh, what? This
In-
guy? This guy's working for the government now?
in the San Gabriel Valley. So
Don't get disgruntled, my friend.
I know.
SGV.
Ecky's files.
So whatchamacallit? No, actually, so I'm gonna be Charles Bukowski for a little bit. So
Okay.
So I'm gonna start writing and drinking and day drinking and
There you
writing,
go.
writing about my life. I've always wanted to write about where I was at previously, and I got to start doing that just to document the fucking shit that went down.
Yeah.
What are you doing for real?
I'm postman.
Are you delivering mail?
Yeah.
Okay. No one said. Like, we got asked too. Like, my mom had asked me, have you talked to Xavier? I was like, yeah, he said something about getting a new job. And she's like, well, what is he doing? Delivering mail? I was like, you know what? He didn't say. I don't know.
told your mom.
Huh?
I told you.
She didn't tell me.
Yeah.
My mom's 70, man. Or going to be 70. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Hoping we can have a decent celebration for that this year. We didn't
Hey,
have to do it
wait,
for my dad.
I just want to know, he's planning it already.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Do you get that little hat and where you wear your socks all the way up?
I think it's part of the uniform, but yeah.
Damn, that's
When
what's
it gets
up.
100 degrees outside, I'd be damn sure he's going to wear that hat.
You ever, I know.
The
You ever,
safari
you
hat.
ever seen Jingle All the Way?
No.
Man, I want you to look like Sinbad. Look that up. Jingle All the Way.
with
Sinbad.
the ear
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I want to see that shit.
So here's the thing.
I'm going to buy him one.
Whatchamacallit? Those are part of the uniforms you have to buy. Like, so they give you allotment for them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm buying the baseball hat, I'm buying 3 shirts, and I'm probably buying 2 pants and 2 shorts. Because, it's Southern California.
Oh, I thought you were going to buy him an AR-15.
Get him one of those too.
I need to get you one of those.
Yeah, they have
When
them.
they get super
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
We don't, in California, fuck, you don't need those.
I know
Yeah.
You will when it gets cold.
No, they can just wear a beanie.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I'm excited, man. The state's opening back up. I got tickets to see the Aquabats. Got my Rise Against tickets with the Menzingers and Descendants. That's like my dream show.
Who's going with you?
Right now, I think Ed. I bought 2 tickets and I'm like, I'm going because Alicia can't go. She's taking the Saturday off for Mom's birthday, and then the next weekend is the Aquabats, and then the weekend after that is the Rise Against show. We can't do 3 weekends in a row. She goes, yeah, but I know those are your favorites. Just go.
Yeah, Voodoo's the night before the wedding.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's coming up. I'm excited about that.
no, that's right. That's where the
Yeah, it's summertime, man. I still got to get up. I'm going to be at a lot of softball fields.
Oh, I got
This is the
flooring
daughter's
coming
plan.
in tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, she joined the summer league. So every Tuesday we have games, and then we'll probably have multiple games on Sundays. And then she's going to summer school. So I still got to get up in the freaking morning.
no vacation for you.
No vacation for me.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up because we're
Way over.
We are
We're
super
old people
over.
and we need to go to bed.
all right. Rick, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah. Thank you to our sponsors, Crown and Sash, Made Riverside, and Orange Circle Optometry. We just got some lovely care packages from Orange Circle Optometry with their newest stickers. Hit them up on Instagram if you haven't yet. Hopefully you can get some of those. They're fantastic. They're so much fun. They, I my darling.
I love those stickers.
And the classic Ramones logo with the eagle, but it's the eye chart on it. Check them out if you haven't yet. And bands, artists of any kind, if you are looking to spread the love and have some little more exposure, you're welcome to email us at exocast@yahoo.com and we'll get you on the podcast. You can also check us out on Instagram as EXOCulture, Facebook as EXOCult, Twitter as EXOCultcast, and TikTok as EXOcast. You can find Extraordinary Culture on radio.com, PodOmatic, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and YouTube. You can even ask your smart home device to play Extraordinary Culture Podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.